If I go to Shopify App Store again, of course, scrolling down, we can see we've got, where's the one I'm looking for? Let's actually search for it. This is called Omnisend. And this is, I see the best match right there. This one has great reviews, as you can see, 4.7 stars for 2,800 downloads. All right, so this is Omnisend. It does a lot, but in summary, essentially SMS and email retargeting. So after somebody purchases something, this is a great way to send them personalized coupons that are not going to be shared on Honey or, coupon websites all across. In fact, it actually makes the coupons for you automatically, individually for each email it sends out if you choose. So I'll show you how to do that in just a second, but there's two ways you can get this. Either click install here, or if you want to support the channel, you can go to santrellmedia.com/Omnisend. And we have a link down below. It's an affiliate link. So again, no extra cost to you, but it will give you a benefit if you go through our link. You can copy this code right here, get 30% off for the first 3 months using that code, and just click on start now. So so we can sign up with Shopify. You'll see that is an option right there. We click on install. We click install again. Now we have to make a password, enter our name, and click get started. Now it looks like they have a couple webinar kind of things that we could attend. I'm just gonna close out of this, and it'll kind of automatically set us up to use the branding from our store, from our Shopify site on the email. So it pulls the logo over here. You could replace this if you have a different, maybe higher resolution logo or whatever. So I'm going to upload from my computer. Let's just upload the logo. Like I said, you could just use the one that it pulls from your store, but just in case that's not the same resolution, I'm going to upload one here. There we go. Let's select this one. That looks a little bit better in my opinion. And it also pulled the colors as well. So I think that's really nice. But if, like I said before, if you have that hex code for the colors, you can paste that in right here for each of those. That's why I highly recommend you save those colors or those numbers in like a document somewhere on your computer. This did a good job of pulling it from our logo though. We can choose the font if we want to change that. We can add our social links. So maybe we're going to add in, say, our Instagram. Mine is Mike O'Brien with 2 N's because for some reason, there's a lot of Mike O'Briens out there. Let me actually type in the full URL here, https://instagram.com/Mike O'Brien. There we go. So now I can say save brand assets, and that'll bring us into Omnisend. So let's let this do its thing. While this is doing its thing, I want to go back to that page I was on. I kind of breezed through this a little bit. One key number to see, like why Omnisend instead of some other ones. A lot of people do see a lot of success with Omnisend. So as you can see right here, the current number, this changes by plus or minus like $1 or $2 every now and then, but $68 is the ROI for every $1 I spend. So people who use Omnisend tend to get a pretty good ROI. So getting a lot of people who are very warm leads, they're people that already used or purchased from you in the past. And then by retargeting them with new products, you can send emails or deals to them. Let's see if this is done now. There we go. So it recognized there's 3 products in our store. Right now we want to drive repeat purchases, generate recommended actions. And now they're going to give us some automations that are really pretty much one click. So a sign up form, we could either do that now or do it later. I'm going to do this later. We have a welcome workflow. So after somebody signs up, we can then send them like hey, welcome to the email newsletter. Here's a 10% discount just for signing up. And that'll give them a custom coupon. We could also, like I said, that sign up form that I said do later, that would be a great way to say, hey, sign up to get 5% or 10% off emailed to you, and the welcome email is the way to do that. Now, if we go for view plans, like I said, this is actually trying to get us to choose a plan. You could keep the free one, which has the Omnisend logo, or be more professional and just check out the plans. I'm going to check out the plans right here. Like I said, 30% off if you use that discount code, which I believe was Santrell30 redeem code. That works if you go through the affiliate link down below. There we go. And you can see $11.20 per month or $41.30 per month or the free plan. So 3 different options there. We can choose, honestly, for this tutorial, just to kind of show you guys what we're working with here. I'm going to go with the middle one. So start a discount. And then going back to where we were, so just closing out of that, the next thing it wants us to do is create an email campaign. So kind of walking you through how this works. You create a subject line. So let's say test email 1. Don't actually call it that, of course, but this is going to be sent to anyone in your email list. So the sender's name, you can choose what this is going to be. So we'll say we can choose the pre-header. Actually, for this, let's just say, and we can choose an email template. Now, they have a lot of templates to choose from. You can kind of browse through these, see what makes the most sense for you. Or, of course, you could just build one completely from scratch if you wanted. So let's say this is going to be a welcome one. That's the goal of this. Maybe it's a branded one, and this will automatically put our branding in there as well. So let's roll with this one right now. So if I say use, you can see, look at that. It puts our branding in there. We can change all the text. Pretty easy to use this. Again, this is not an Omnisend tutorial necessarily. I have a full video just talking about how to do all of this, but I wanted to give you a crash course on how this works when you're running a Shopify store. So here's really what I wanted to focus on. So this little coupon right here is really, in my opinion, the bread and butter of this. So you can choose, hey, give out a 10% discount. This is going to be a custom discount for every single person. So when they get this, it'll give them like whatever that is, 12 characters, and they can copy that by clicking redeem discount or just copy and paste it. And that coupon works automatically on your website. So it creates it on the back end with Shopify without having to make a spring 10 or fall 30 or whatever that's going to be, taken all over the entire internet. So this is much more targeted and much more intentional. Now let's save it. You can choose who you want to send to. I'm going to save and close this. I'm not going to send this right now. But just one last thing I want to talk about on Omnisend is over on automation. If we click on automation, we can create a workflow. And there are a lot of pre-built ones that you really don't have to do anything for them. So like abandoned cart's a great one. If somebody adds something to their cart, and then, I don't know, somebody rings their doorbell and they just walk away from their laptop, maybe they forgot to make the purchase. So you can set up a 3 email automation where first it'll say like, hey, you forgot something in your cart. The second time it'll say, hey, we noticed you left something in your cart. Here's 5% off. And then maybe the third one's like a Hail Mary, like, hey, we noticed you left something in your cart 2 days ago. If you want to complete the purchase, here's 10% off. We're not going to email you anymore though. They've got back in stock ones. They've got A/B testing, product abandonment, all different things you can test out in here. And I recommend just kind of play around with it, send these emails out, see what works best for you. And ultimately, it's something that you see on so many websites out there, especially that welcome email of getting a 10% discount. And then they have you in their email, or in this case, you have them in your email newsletter, in your email list. So that is Omnisend. Going back to Shopify, we've talked about a lot in this video. We talked about how to build our store, how to design everything, how to add products, how to manage customers, discounts. We talked about different apps you can get. And by the way, as we have Omnisend right here, that always opens in a new tab. So it doesn't really make sense to pin that down on the bottom.